Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Patience. To my existing subscribers, welcome back. If this is your first time here, be sure to click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can continue to indulge in the Haute Bella experience. In today's video, I am going to be creating this beautiful eye look using the Icon palette from Charlotte Tilbury. And this is a palette that I've had in my collection for a little while. This is not a new release. This has been out for quite some time, but I've talked to you guys once before and I said it's my goal to try to use all of the palettes that I have in my collection because I've invested quite a few dollars in my makeup collection, so I just want to make certain that I'm using everything, that it's not just sitting over in a drawer and I'm not getting any use out of it at all. So that's what I'm doing today. I wanted to touch this palette for the first time. In today's look, I've created this warm, almost fall type look. I'm ready to let go of summer and get into the fall. You guys can probably tell by some of the eye looks that I've created in my last couple of videos. But anyway, today I'm going to be using the Icon palette from Charlotte Tilbury. And this is what this palette looks like. You get 12 shades in this palette. Of these 12 shades, only 3 of them are actually matte shades. All the others are shimmer or glittery type of shades. So the 3 mattes that you get in this palette is this shade here, which I did use in this look today, this shade here, which I also used in this look today, and the black, which I also used in the look today. So if you guys would like to see how I created this look using the Icon palette from Charlotte Tilbury, then keep watching. My face has been moisturized and primed. My eyelids have been prepped. My eyebrows are done. And I am going to start off, as usual, with my brow bone highlight. And I'm going to be using a highlighter from Becca. This highlighter is in the shade Rose Gold. So I'm going to use this as my brow bone highlight. And I'm going to use this shade right here as my transition shade. Very pretty, I like that. And now I'm going to use a smaller blending brush, and I am going to use this shade right here, and I'm going to put this a little bit more tightly into my crease. I'm also making certain that I pack this on to my outer V just a little bit, making it a little bit more concentrated on that outer V area, and then sweeping it into the crease. I'm going to darken this side up just a little bit more, just to even them out. Looks pretty, I like that. And I'm going back into this shade right here. This is the first shade that I used as my transition shade, and I'm going to soften up the edges just a little bit. Looks good. And I'm going to use that same smaller blending brush, and I'm going to go back into this palette and I'm going to try out this black. I've been obsessed with blacks in palettes here lately, so I'm going to go ahead and try this one as well. So I heard that the formula of this black eyeshadow in this Icon palette is amazing, so I am going to try it out. So I'm going to use that same fluffy blending brush, just kind of tap into that, tap it off, and I'm going to concentrate this right here on just the outer part of my lid. Taking a little bit down on the lower lash line, just a little bit, kind of start building up my cat eye or my smoky cat eye look here. Looks good. And now I am going to go into this color right here. And if you haven't noticed, I've been just working across this bottom row. So all of the shades that I've used on my eyes so far have been from this bottom row here in this iconic palette. So I'm going to use this shade right here and I'm going to place this on my lid. I'm not going to carve out my lids today. I'm just going to work with it straight away. So I'm just going to load my brush up with this shade, and I'm going to try to use a standard type of blending brush or bristled brush here to apply this product right now. If I don't get the results that I want, I'm going to switch over to my silicone applicator. You guys know how I feel about my silicone applicator. So I'm just going to load this brush up. And also I wanted to mention, you guys, with the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, you get little to no kick up in the pan. It's so amazing to me. I love that about the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. But yeah, we're just going to load this up and I am going to apply this to my lid. Looks good. And I'm going to go back to the same smaller blending brush that I used before, and I'm just going to soften up these edges just a little bit. And I think I want to use one more shade out of this palette, and I think I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm going to use this shade to kind of do a little bit more marrying of the colors that I have on my lid here. So I'm going to dip into this one right here, and I'm just going to put this right here. And now I'm going to go back into this shade right here. This is the shade that I used in my crease area, and I'm going to use my Sigma E36 as usual, and I'm going to add a little bit more definition into the areas where I've had to manipulate my natural crease. I'm going to add my liner and my lashes. I'm also going to finish off my complexion, and then we'll come back to finish off the eyes. I'm going to go back into the Icon palette from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm going to go into this shade right here. This is the black that I used in my outer V, and I am going to use this to just kind of smoke out my waterline. So I'm just going to stamp this black right on this outer edge of my waterline. So I don't want it to get away and come down too far under my eye. So I'm just stamping it as close to the rim of that waterline as possible. I'm not going to take it all the way into the inner corner here. I'm just going to stop probably about right here. And now I'm going to go back into the palette once again, and I am going to use this shade right here. This was the shade that I used in my crease area, and I'm going to take this on a little bit wider small pencil brush. It's not a teeny tiny one, but it is still a small pencil type brush, and I am just now going to sweep this into that black that I've already applied, just to soften it up just a little bit. And now I'm going to add a little something into my tear duct for my inner corner highlight. I'm not sure which color I want to use. I think I'm going to try this gold. This looks really pretty, so I'll just try that. When all else fails, use the gold as the inner corner highlight. So I'll just put this here and gently sweep it into the other colors that I already have on my waterline. That's pretty. I like that. And I'm going to use one of the lipsticks from Urban Decay. This is a lipstick that was part of their Naked Cherry collection that came out a little while ago. And this is in the shade Cherry. And this is in the shade Cherry. It's a beautiful color lipstick. Ooh, I lined my lips with a brown liner. I lined and filled in my lips. And this is really making this cherry color quite vampy. I'm going to use another of the Urban Decay lipsticks that were part of the Naked Cherry collection. And this is in the shade Juicy. And I'm going to use this shade right in the center of my lips just to kind of lighten this up just a little bit. And I think this look is done. I really love the formula of the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. The thing that I like about the formula of the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows is they start off having almost this cream-like type of feel, and then it goes into this really soft powder. The first Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow that I had ever used was one of her quads, and it was a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow palette. There were only 4 shades. However, those 4 shades were absolutely gorgeous. It provides beautiful eyeshadow coverage on the eyes, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. So the shades in this palette are really pretty. You do have some neutral shades as well as some pops of color. As you can see, we've got the blue shade here, and we've also got this green shade here. This palette is absolutely gorgeous, and the formula of the shadows in this palette are typical with the formula and the quality of shadows that come from Charlotte Tilbury. In this palette, you do get 12 individual pans of eyeshadow. Of those 12, 3 of those shadows are matte. I am really liking this palette. I plan on coming back and doing some more looks with this palette. So I hope you guys liked this video. And if you did, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.